Hello everyone, and welcome back. I'm Joey, and in this video, we'll be talking to Brittany about the Dobie known as Debo. Hello, Britt. Thank you for talking to us and reporting on some of Debo's general behaviors.
Hi, Joey. It's my pleasure to talk about Debo. He is such a wonderful dog, and he has such a good temperament. We've gone over these in our various videos, but it is good to discuss them in more detail.
Yes, it certainly is. So let's start with his heart guard. Has he been given any since the foster family took him in?
We don't know if he's had any heart guard before he was taken to his foster family, but they do plan on giving him his first dose at the beginning of the new year.
Sounds good. And what about his temperament or behaviors in general?
He is well behaved for the most part. When he's on the leash, he does pull quite a bit. Our foster family is working with him at not pulling so hard. He's a little protective with his toys as well. They are working with him on that too. When he first came to our foster family, he was jumping at the food bowl when they would feed him, but he is being taught to sit and stay before he goes to the bowl. As we stated in one of our videos, we don't believe he would be a good fit with a household that has cats. Our foster family did have a situation where Debo got loose and chased the cats in the house. Luckily, there were no casualties, and everyone was okay.
That sounds like it could have been a real issue.
Yes, but luckily the cats knew what to do and where to go, plus our foster family was quick on getting him back to his crate. He may have just been curious to see the cats.
Well, thank you for that bit of information. It is definitely useful for anybody who is planning on adopting Debo. I assume at his age of 8 years old, he is house trained. With that being said, is he also trained to not mark in the house? And what about counter surfing?
That is a good question. He is definitely house trained and has not had an opportunity to mark in the house. Because of the cats, when he is inside the house, he is crated most of the time. As far as counter surfing is concerned, he is well behaved but also curious, so he will walk around the counters and sniff around. He doesn't jump on the counter, thank goodness.
Has he met the neighbors' dogs yet? And if so, how was he with them?
He did have an opportunity to meet one of the neighbors' female dogs through the gate. He did bark at her at first, and then they just sniffed each other through the gate. There was no growling at each other, and they were not in the yard together.
Does Debo seem possessive about his toys or his food? And is he overly protective of his new yard? Does he bark at people if they come up to the gate or get aggressive? While on the subject, how is he with men as opposed to women? And what about kids? Does he seem good with kids?
He does seem a little possessive of his toys, but he will give it up if you tell him to. He doesn't growl or anything like that, just tries to keep his toys in his mouth. He is a little protective of his food, but just like his toys, he will surrender his food if you tell him to. He isn't aggressive when the neighbors come to the gate, and he is very friendly when they enter the yard. He doesn't charge the gate or act like he is going to hurt anyone. He's all about getting the attention from everyone. It would be recommended with any dog to keep an eye on them when a door or gate opens, but like I said, Debo is very good at letting people in and out without any hassles. As far as gender, he does seem to listen to men better than women. We haven't had any opportunity to see how he is with kids, but as soon as we do, we'll put it in one of our videos.
What about when he is in his crate? Is he destructive with his pillow or blanket? And what about if another animal walks by when he is in his crate? Does he bark or growl at them? Does he show separation anxiety?
He's very good when he is in his crate. He goes in without any hesitation and is very calm and non-destructive. When the cats walk by him, he just looks at them. No barking, growling, or any other aggressive behavior. He did startle the cats a few times when he first moved in, but that was because he jumped up when they walked by. He did bark a couple of times, but we think he is used to them having free reign of the house now that he has been with the foster family for a couple of weeks.
I know you touched on a little bit of training the foster family is doing. Does it seem like he was not trained at all by his first owners, or does he know basic commands?
The foster family is working with him with some basic training. Stay, come, sit, heel, things like that. He does seem to know a little bit, but we think he is still just trying to get used to his foster family.
Does he have any licking issues or chewing on his legs or feet? And what about digging or chewing on things that he shouldn't? Does he bark a lot when he is outside?
The only licking we have noticed is on his privates from where the stitches were. Not too often though, and he stops when you tell him to. Luckily, he is not a digger. Just like DeSoto, He is very good about not digging or chewing on things he shouldn't. He doesn't even pick up the oranges when they fall off of the trees. He does bark once in a while, but not constantly.
That's good. It's hard when you get a dog that won't stop barking and barks at everything.
Yes, it could cause issues with the neighbors for sure.
And now for the hard-hitting question. Does he show any signs of possible abuse? I know in one video you mentioned that he seemed to put his head down after he was caught with a shoe on the patio. Does it seem like he may have been hit before? Does he run from the foster family if he thinks he is in trouble? Do they have trouble getting him in the car? And while I'm on that subject, how is he in the car? Is he calm?
We don't think he was ever abused, but we do believe that he may have been reprimanded if he did something wrong. And yes, we do touch on that in one video. He picked up a shoe that was in a shoe caddy. We didn't actually see him with it, but it was in the middle of the yard, so we knew. We picked it up, and all we said, without raising our voice, "What is this all about?" He dropped his head and acted like he was in real trouble. We put the shoe away and gave him some petting time to let him know we still cared for him. He doesn't run away and tries to stay as close as possible to the foster family. As far as the car is concerned, they open the hatch and he jumps right in without any problem. He is calm when driving, but he does not sit or lay down. He doesn't bark or whine either.
That is awesome. I'm glad you had the time to talk to us about Debo. He sounds like a really wonderful dog, and we hope he gets adopted soon.
Yes, he is great and will make a forever family so happy.
Is there anything else you would like to add before we wrap this up?
I would just like to add that Debo is such a friendly, loving dog, and he deserves a loving family to take care of him and who he can make happy. If you are interested in adopting him, please go to the Desert Harbor website and you can get more details about him and other beautiful Dobies that are up for adoption in the Phoenix area.
Well said, Brittany. Thank you for that. So if you are interested in adopting or fostering a Dobie in the Phoenix area, you can reach out to the Desert Harbor Doberman Rescue of Arizona's team. Please take a moment to visit Desert Harbor Doberman Rescue's website, Facebook, and Instagram pages. The URLs are listed below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel to keep up on the progress of our fostered pups and dogs. Brittany, thank you for your time and the useful information you gave our fans.
It was my pleasure, Joey.
Thanks for tuning in and see you all next time. Hey everyone. We needed to add that after the interview was recorded and edited, the foster family noticed that it was said that they haven't had an opportunity to see how Debo is with kids. Although this is true, they wanted to say that if you have smaller kids, to keep an eye on him because he does have a tendency to run at you, and this could cause a smaller child to fall down and get hurt. Also, due to him protecting his toys, but willing to give them up when told, if a child tries to take the toy, he might not react the same. Again, no small children have been with him, so this is just what they have a concern with. As with any dog, keep an eye on your children and dog when they play together. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.